Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. It's Paulie, Esther here, and today we're going to talk about some recent developments regarding the Halloween license and Dead by Daylight and what it could mean for the Halloween DLC going forward with DBD. But first, this video is sponsored by Opera and their brand new web browser created for gamers, Opera GX. The Opera GX web browser is the world's first browser for gamers. It's tailored entirely for the gaming community. Let me show you what's inside this thing. First, we start off with GX Control. This allows you to keep a multitude of web tabs open without them hindering your gaming performance. And you do that with this button up here, which allows you to decide just how much bandwidth you're going to allow the network to use for your web browser, how much RAM you're going to limit it to, as well as your CPU limiter. Now, I would challenge you to download Opera, give this a try, put it in Task Manager, and see how many resources it's using compared to those other gluttonous resource hog web browsers, and you decide what's the best option here for you. You're greeted with all the latest video game news, trailers, release dates. You can filter this by platforms that are applicable to you. It gives you a list of all the free games that are available on different platforms, as well as the best deals on games that you're looking to buy. Anything newsy that you need to know about the video game scene, it's all here in GX Corner. Keep in touch with integrated messenger services. At a touch of a button, you can see what's happening on your Discord, what's happening on your Twitter, or even on Twitch, see which of your favorite streamers are live right now. We also have integrated music accounts. With a touch of a button, you can link your Apple Music, Spotify, or YouTube Music accounts into the Opera GX browser. With GX Design, you can change the color, add things like your news and weather, your wallpaper. It's all here. I would love to hear what you think about the Opera GX browser. It's free to download. I'm going to have a link down in the description. Download it, give it a spin, kick the tires, come back and leave a comment with the hashtag InstallGX and let me know what your experience is like with this browser. Thank you so much to Opera for sponsoring this video, and I am going to finish making the rest of this video using the Opera GX browser. So here we go. So the news about the Halloween license in Dead by Daylight comes from this press release from a couple weeks back from Creative Licensing, in which they detail how they have taken some of their properties and put them into video games. So as we read through the article, it says, Creative Licensing announces a new game deals with Fortnite, Mortal Kombat, World of Tanks, Dead by Daylight, and Evil Dead the Game. Creative Licensing has been busy expanding their roster of digital games and introducing some familiar action heroes from the 80s and 90s to a new generation of gamers and fans through downloadable content, DLC, licenses. Legendary military hero John Rambo was enlisted in one of the most successful fighting franchises in video game history when he drew first blood inside the Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate Universe as part of Combat Pack 2 in late 2020. In a detail with Wargaming, over 160 players met World of Tanks' newest tank commanders, Rambo and Snake Plissken from Escape from New York, as they joined the ranks of this team-based, massively multiplayer online game in December 2020. On January 21st, 2021, Sarah Connor and the T-800 endoskeleton from the Terminator and Terminator 2 Judgment Day joined Agent Jonesy and over 350 million players worldwide in Epic Games' wildly successful cross-platform game Fortnite. Also in January, Dead by Daylight from Behavior Interactive extended their DLC license for Michael Myers from the iconic horror film Halloween. Over 15 million players have experienced the asymmetrical multiplayer horror game. After generating much excitement with an introductory trailer debut at the 2020 Video Game Awards at the end of 2020, the highly anticipated title Evil Dead the Game from Diversion 3 is set to release in summer 2021. This complex game dedicated to the Evil Dead franchise features Evil Dead 2 as a fundamental part of gameplay. It will release on PlayStation 5, Xbox X, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and Microsoft Windows. Rambo First Blood, Rambo First Blood Part 2, Rambo 3, Escape from New York, The Terminator, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, and Evil Dead 2 are represented by Creative Licensing on behalf of Studio Canal SAS. Halloween is represented by Creative Licensing for Compass International Pictures. For more information on Creative Licensing, please visit the website. So this is CLC, and this shows all of the licenses that they have. Can we get Snake Plissken in Dead by Daylight if Snake is up for grabs? Is that a thing? There's Halloween, Terminator. We know that Behavior Interactive, the parent company for Dead by Daylight, has worked with the Terminator people before because they had the Terminator in Death Garden at one time. So they do have some connections with them. Could we get Terminator in DBD? That sounds like it would be pretty cool. Now remember, we do have Ash from Evil Dead in Dead by Daylight, but the version that we have is the Ash vs. Evil Dead television series, not anything connected with the movies. Evil Dead, Ash vs. Evil Dead is owned by New Line Cinema, and they connected with New Line Cinema when they were working on the Saw properties. That's how they were able to get the older, more mature version of Ash and get Bruce Campbell to come in and do those voice lines for the Ash mini paragraph DLC. Don't know if we could ever get the younger version of Ash from Evil Dead. That would be pretty cool too. I also would like to see the other characters from Ash vs. Evil Dead, Pablo, Kelly, etc., put into some legendary cosmetics for Ash vs. Evil Dead. But, you know, who knows what'll happen with that. Anyway, so this is what's going on. They have renewed the license with Dead by Daylight for Halloween. Now, we know that they've already renegotiated the license one time because that was how they were able to bring us the medical gown version of Michael Myers. They had to get permission to do that. That was not built into the original license agreement when they released the chapter back in 2016. So they've already renegotiated once. So I often wondered if this was a perpetual license or if this was something that needed to be renegotiated, if it was a limited term, like a 5-year deal, which we would be approaching this year, and if it would need to be renewed. So they have had the renewal go through. So one wonders if Dead by Daylight has, while they're at the negotiations table renegotiating this contract, asked to put in some other things that they want, which would be obviously what everyone wants is the mature Laurie Strode and the weathered mask from this new trilogy of Halloween movies. I think everybody wants that. That'd be top of the list that you would want to try and negotiate more cosmetics for those versions. I know other people out there are going to say, well, we'd really like to get Laurie Strode a face rework to make her look more like Jamie Lee Curtis, but you know, Jamie Lee owns her own likeness rights, so they have to be very careful about how much they make the character look like Jamie Lee without her permission or without her being on board to do that, which I would love to see that happen too, if we could get Jamie Lee to sign off on some likeness rights. But at the very least, I'm hopeful that we will finally get mature Laurie and Michael as some cosmetics sometime this year, perhaps around Halloween. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Also, we know that Dead by Daylight has said that they are very interested in telling stories in the lore of the archives in the tomes that are not their own, meaning that they want to expand beyond the original characters and venture into licensed characters and tell their stories in the lore. There have been rumors that from the data miners that say that Bill is going to be pushed forward in the next archives and tell some of his stories in the lore. If that's true, that would be the first example of seeing some licensed characters have lore in the archives. Could we also see Laurie and Michael go forward with some new cosmetics in the Rift and some stories of their own in the lore of the archives? That would be chef kiss amazing to see. Leatherface, and many other characters. We've always been wanting for the Nightmare on Elm Street license to be expanded into the lore too. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Focusing just on this agreement here that they have extended the Halloween license, you can be sure that Dead by Daylight at least tried to get some of this stuff, because right now the license that they have only encompasses the very first movie for Halloween with Michael, and that's it. They can't go beyond that for any other movies unless they come to an agreement to expand it. So I am certainly hopeful that they have done so. Another cosmetic that everybody wants to see would be the Michael Myers with the sheet over his head wearing the glasses. That is from the first movie. That is a canon cosmetic piece from the first movie. Maybe that would be something we could see in the future too. Anyway, what do you think about this license extension between Dead by Daylight and Halloween? Is it just a straight up status quo, extend the term of the deal, or did Dead by Daylight try and wedge some of these extras in that they have always wanted, that we have always wanted? What would be at the top of your list to expand the Halloween license? Do you want more cosmetics for Michael Myers, Laurie Strode? Let me know what you would like to see. What's at the top of your list for Dead by Daylight and Halloween? Do you want to see Michael and Laurie in the lore, in the archives? Let me know in the comments down below. That's all I have for you today. Thanks once again to Opera GX for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to use the link in the description of the video. Download Opera GX, try it out, come back with that hashtag InstallGX and let me know what you think of it. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. It's really a pretty cool web browser. All right, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, take care of each other in and out of the fog, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.